I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage.
Add to real quick, Yahweh Shaphat is in the land of Israel, so it's in the Middle East.
He's not gonna plead for them with my people, for my people. It's gonna when you look at the word plead, it means to kill. That's why the scripture says in Isaiah 6 verse 15 that the slain of the Lord shall be many.
Right.
You know?
For my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
Because all you nation, if you go back to Psalm the 83rd chapter, all you nation take a crafty counsel to divide the Lord's chosen people. You know, you came up with all kind of crafty counsel just to separate the people from the power, from Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Thus Yahweh Hashem Yahushai gonna bring judgment upon your people.
Right.
What you have to do, these people.
And when it says they parted my land, it's not talking about that little strip that they teach. We're gonna keep pushing that out, because they like to make you believe that Israel is that little strip. No,
That whole Middle East,
from the Red Sea all the way to the Euphrates, and
That's
that runs through Syria, all right? That runs through Lebanon, all right? That's all our land over there, all right? So it's bigger than what they paint, all right? Go ahead, bro.
Keep going, bro.
Verse 3, and they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they may drink.
So that's the transatlantic slave trade. That's Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. It's also in Deuteronomy the 28th verse 68th chapter. It's talking about how you sold a people on auction block. You know, you sold a boy for wine. You know, all these things, man. James 2 verse 13 says, for he shall have judgment without mercy that has shown no mercy. You showed all people no mercy. Therefore, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai gonna put his righteous anger onto you. He's gonna destroy you for what you have done to our people.
Right, and the nation come.
And like the brother said, man, if you're a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, you want this World War III to happen.
That's right.
You know that's our salvation, or the elect. You know, so we want those chains and Esau's rulership and these other heathens that had their foot on us. We want that all off of us.
Yeah, we want them to destroy themselves, man.
Yeah, that's right, bro.
Oh, man.
Because the Lord's gonna set up his people.
Right.
You know, and for in a righteous kingdom forever and ever. So like the brother was saying, this is it. This time to push this word and be on fire for this, man. At any given time, it could happen.
That's right, bro. Also around here, man, we have a rulership mentality, man. We don't want to be at the bottom. We don't want Esau to be over us forever, man. Fuck Esau, man. We want a war. We want everything, like Apostle Gabor says, man. We don't want unrighteousness. We don't want like a piece of the pie. We want the whole thing, you know.
We ain't asking for a seat at the table.
That's right,
you know, to eat amongst you heathens, and that's what y'all are doing. You know,
and we see that shit didn't work.
Yeah.
So there can only be one king, and then from there we're gonna work from there, which is the king is gonna be Yahushua.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But
matter of fact, he's gonna be the king of kings.
Exactly.
Right? Because there's gonna be a bunch of kings.
Exactly.
There's gonna be a bunch of rulers, and we're gonna have a bunch of kingdoms.
That's right.
Which goes back to not just a crown, but dominion. And which goes back to what? Power. Which goes back to what? Authority.
That's right.
Like the scriptures say, in my father's house there are many mansions, man. Part of those mansions too is the different kingdoms that the elect are gonna receive within the kingdom of the Most High.
That's right.
I got this is Job chapter 14 and 5. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. You know, so hey, the main subject to this is Esau can't get any higher, man. You know what I'm saying? He's at his pinnacle, and he's about to get slammed on his ass, man.
He's on a free fall.
Yeah, free fall.
Because it says, what does it say in Obadiah? Was it Obadiah? When he set his nest amongst the stars, then bring them down. So honestly speaking, since the 60s, Esau's been on a free fall, man. Now you just get into the end of the spot where the gravity is even, you know, you done worked up that steam to where now it's even you're going faster.
Right, because back in the 1950s, they couldn't look at no Edomite in the eye, man, without getting hung or without getting some sort of bad punishment. But now you see that his decline of power is coming down so low that he's become as the oppressed, as the suppressed, right? Because that's what that whole white supremacist shit was, man. Is to stay on top of Jake. but they're failing at that.
Right.
All right, because now they're becoming at our level.
Right.
And our curses are falling upon them.
And
Like, you see it, and you don't. A lot of times we don't understand how angry they are. You gotta understand that these so-called white people, they saw what their forefathers did, and they know that they're not nothing like their forefathers. They don't have the power that their forefathers possessed. You gotta think it was just in my mother's generation. My mother couldn't even go to school with couldn't even ride the bus with so-called white kids.
Right.
Right? There was water fountains that my grandmother couldn't even drink from the so-called white man. And now Jake is in office cubicles with them, you know what I'm saying? Talking shit to them, popping in women like the brother said, you know? Now what's even more important is we on the highways and byways talking big shit to this place, man. Condemning this place.
Right, we couldn't do that back in before the 1950s. We'll be hung, man.
Wisdom of Solomon in the 5th chapter.
That's right.
A righteous man standing up boldly, you know?
Right, and there's also a scripture that says that he will loosen the yoke of our necks, man. Right, and part of that loosening of the yoke is slowly taking that suppression, all right, that shackle.
Right,
You
and
see?
right, and the scripture said you could attribute that to the tribe of Judah. Going back to Genesis, was it 49?
Yeah.
He said that
You guys align well, we shall rise up.
right, but it says that his Judah shall be in the next of his enemies, man. So from that uprising, because what a lot of people don't know, what happened in the 60s, right? The civil rights movement sparked shit all around the world, man. Sparked everything around, all around the world. You start seeing these independent nations like Cape Verde and Jamaica and Nigeria, all these different places that popped up and gained their independence. But that began the start of the loosening of the neck, man, and Esau losing power and Jake starting to raise up slowly but surely. You want to bring it up? Yeah.
Genesis 49:8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise.
Yeah, that's why all the tribes they look up to Judah. Right? They look for Judah, you know? Go ahead, bro.
Thy hand shall be in the neck of thy enemy.
Yeah, Judah's hands is gonna be the neck of his enemy, man. No matter which way you look at it, whether they going off or not, you know? You got Judah out there in Oakland, man. They were talking about taking up arms and whatnot, you know? Black Panther blasting these motherfuckers.
If I learn something too, it says when it says Judah, thou art he whom thy brother shall praise. You gotta understand too, Yahushua came from the tribe of Judah. So all the brethren, all the tribes gonna bow down to Yahushua, you know?
That's right. It's a good point too.
Thy father's children shall bow down before thee.
Yeah, go ahead.
Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey.
Yeah, a lion's whelp is a lion that's crouched down, man. And it says from the prey. You know, you don't see a sheep walking by a lion, and the lion just sitting there chilling. That's where that term, that sleeping giant, comes from, man. Because Judah's a sleeping giant. It's a sleeping giant right now, man. Go ahead, bro.
My son, thou art gone up. He stooped down. He crouched as a lion.
He scooped down. He crouched as a lion. Go ahead.
And as an old lion, who shall rouse him up?
And as an old lion, you know, an old lazy lion who don't want to do nothing. There's a saying, there's a shirt that Nike had. It said lazy but talented. And that's how Jake is, you know what I'm saying? Lazy as hell, but they talented. They don't use they attributes the right way.
That's right, bro.
But as soon as they do, it's over for them.
How about shop at the spirit in them? It's done deal, huh?
Yeah.
Clean that filth off of themselves first, man, and then they can start using the attributes that the Most High gave them, man.
And that's what we doing by doing these shows. It's a calling out to the nation of Israel.
Being washed by the word, so to speak.
If I may add too, talent come from the Heavenly Father. That's what makes us special. You know, it's talented. That's you're gifted.
Right.
The gift from Yahweh Hashem Mashai. You are a special generation, a holy priesthood.
Gifts come from above.
Yeah. So that's how we know, man.
You had something I'm on?
This is one in Isaiah 34th chapter, verse 1. It says, come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people, and let the earth hear, and all the things therein, and the world, and all the things that come forth out of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, his fury upon all their armies. and he had utterly destroyed them, and he had delivered them to the slaughter.
No, it's like,
It says, come near ye nation, and to hear and to hearken, and ye people, let the earth hear, and all that is therein, and the world and all the things that come forth of it. Yeah. It says, for the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations.
So there's through the prophets, us, doing this work, we telling you the times to come, the prophecies, and that the Lord's coming with that indignation, which is righteous anger. He's going to come destroy all you nations that had a hand in our slavery, our downfall, because you touching the apple of the Lord's eyes. So that righteous anger, which is indignation, is the plagues that he's going to send to America throughout the whole world, and ultimately the thermonuclear missiles. And that's it. All your armies, all your military ain't gonna be able to fight against Yahweh Shem Al Shah and his angel.
Anybody else got something?
I got one more thing. This is Isaiah 63:3. It reads, I have trodden the winepress alone. I've been trying to get it fast. Isaiah 63rd chapter.
You want me to get it?
If anybody get it,
Who is this? Isaiah 63:1. Who is this that coming from Edom with thy garment from Bozrah? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength.
So that's Yahweh Shai coming in his glory and his strength with the chariots. And he's coming from Basra. That's a town where, habitation where the Edomites dwell.
That's right. Modern day Basra is
America.
Come. It says, I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save, wherefore art thou red in thy apparel, in thy garment, like him that treadeth in the wine fat.
So they're describing that this Yahweh Shai is coming with a garment that's going to get into it of blood. It's symbolizing like when you treading grapes and the residue gets on the garments. Continue over.
Come. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in my anger, and trample them in my fury, and the blood shall be sprinkled upon my garment, and I will stain on my raiment.
So when the Lord comes back with them chariots, man, there's going to be a lot of death and killing, man, as it says in Matthew 10:34. Think not I come to bring peace on earth, I come with a sword. So the Lord's coming with a sword, coming with great death, and you're going to see nothing but blood on his raiment.
That's right, bro.
It's going to be nothing but blood all over his garment. And that's for Edom.
That's right, bro.
And these heathen nations.
Verse 4, for the day of vengeance is in my heart.
The day of vengeance in the Lord's heart. And the heart is lahab, it goes back to his mind.
That's right, bro. And the year of my redeem is come.
Right. And the Lord is going to be a balance. He's going to kill all you sinners, you heathens, Esau, but he's coming to redeem his elect.
That's right, bro.
And that's the day of the Lord.
That's right, bro.
And the Lord Yahweh Shai is angry because of what you Romans did to him, man. You pierced him. You put a crown of thorns.
You mocked
him.
him.
You mocked him.
Spit at him.
You spat on him. I mean, can you imagine how you will feel if somebody did that to you, man? You feel a sense of rage of wanting to kill somebody for that, man.
That's
Okay?
right.
You gave him piss to drink, man. All right? That's where the Yahweh Shai is gonna come back, man. He's gonna destroy. See, that's why it says even those that pierce him will see him, man.
That's right.
So that those Edomites that pierce him, man, starting with them, they gonna be here, man. They gonna get fucked up, man.
That's
By
right.
the Heavenly Father's Son, man.
That's right, bro.
Yeah, come, bro. Like you said, man. That's why the scripture says the day of Yahweh Hashem Shai is the day of wrath, the day of destruction, witness, So when Yahweh Shai, who the world should not because Jesus Christ comes back, man, he's not coming for peace.
Right, and how stupid are you so-called Christians, man? How stupid to think, all right, after you read the scriptures and you read everything the Lord suffered and came through, how stupid to think that he's gonna come back with a smile on his face.
Yeah, with turtle doves.
With turtle doves, man.
Singing and
You see,
high fives.
he made the apostles touch his holes, man. He said, come touch the holes. Okay? So that was something significant. because he revealed to himself to the apostles, they didn't believe that was him, man. The only way they identified him was through the holes. Okay, because the other two that were on the cross, they didn't get as bad, as beat up as the Lord did, man. All right, that's something horrible, man. And you so-called Christians, man, and our people primarily with that plantation bullshit, Christianity bullshit. All right, I was seeing a movie. You look up that movie Freedom with Cuba Gooding Jr. All right, you seen that movie, bro? Right?
No, I didn't see it.
Right. If you look at that movie shows a lot of the things that went on back in the slavery day, man. It's a really good movie, and it shows how the Jake family tried to run off, and that the slave master said, you know, send out the dudes to go and capture them. The dude was like, oh, I'm gonna bring him here, dead or alive. What the slave master said, no, I want these niggas in church by tomorrow morning. That's what he said. I want these niggas in church by tomorrow morning. Because that's how they indoctrinate our people. That's how they slept them down. Going back to that scripture that we were talking about, that Judah's alliance woke, man. All right? And primarily, and how did they became like that, man? It was by that plantation Christianity indoctrination. And it started with here in the Americas. And then it went down to the islands. That Pentecostalism, that Baptist bullshit. It's right, Roman Catholic. It started here in America, man, with these white plantation owners. They use that, and they use the scriptures against us. And there's a scripture that say that the slave shall obey the master, man. They even use that. They took it out of context, all right, and then they gave that to Jake because these slave owners, they knew that our spirits, all right, are bound by the scriptures, man. Right. They know that we obey the scriptures, man. So they used our holy book, the book that we obey, the book that we have a connection to. They used it against us, man. This book right here was their weapon, their main weapon. Right. This was their fiercest weapon.
Bro. And that's why the Lord's coming back with fierce anger. Right. And Edom has a lot to pay, man. They're gonna be cut off and die for all the foul acts. Right.
Exactly, man. You take away a people's heritage, you take away their power, and then on top of that, you use the same words that their power left for them, and you use it against them, man. That's the work of the devil, man. You see?
That's what makes our job very important. Just like they beat our nationality out of us, we're gonna beat this truth into them, man. To those put your bash in your shine. This truth, man, gonna prevail no matter what Esau is gonna come with his gainsayer, no sayer, no against the truth. But that's what the scripture says. I will give you a mouth that your adversary can neither gainsay nor resist. Man. The truth is sharper than into a sword, man. That's our most powerful weapon we have, man.
That's right. It's our only weapon. Only weapon.
This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 9. And he said, go that way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed till a time is at hand. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly. None of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand.
Those that's made white, white is a form of purity. You know, the elect is actually the real white people. If you want to, be simple, but we're the ones we're made pure because of this word. Because it is truth and it's knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
It says, it's like you, bro.
Okay. It's also said what the wicked will not understand. That's these heathens, obviously Edom, and those 2/3 that want to follow after the lies and the deception that Edom put on our people.
Matter of fact, let me read the verse up, right? Because it says, and I heard, but I understood not. Then said I, O my Lord, what shall be the end of these things? And he said, go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and it's sealed till the time of the end. So the prophecy wasn't given to them niggas back then, man. To Jake back then. And this is when those slaves, so they had the Bible, but the understanding of it was sealed up. Apostle Tahar just did a show recently. Did the apostles know if the Romans
With the
Edomites.
Edomites. Yeah, that's right.
Right? So it goes in to show that what the brother was saying about them receiving the scriptures, they could receive the scriptures all day long, but it was given to a certain amount of time for us to understand it.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of people that say they try to call us coons and say, why you guys are using the book that basically enslaved us. No, what you need to understand is that the understanding of this book is now set free for us to interpret the right way.
Yeah.
Right? Because they use this book against us in a wrong way.
Right, because the scriptures say that our spirits are willing. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. You can, correlating that, we have a spiritual connection with the book, but because you have a spiritual connection doesn't necessarily mean that your eyes are going to be open to the book.
Let me read this one real quick. Daniel chapter 12 verse 2. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to everlasting shame and contempt. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteous as the stars forever and ever. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time at the end. Many shall run to and fro, and the knowledge shall be increased.
And also in Romans 12, I believe it says it set forth the apostles' lives. Now that book is being opened for the apostles to get that the knowledge and understanding, and that's why the elect are being risen, because the Lord put the spirit in the elders apostles on that.
The quickening spirit.
The quickening spirit. Yeah, the how about Shema Shah put the spirit on the elders apostles, a great millstone, and the brothers on down. That's why this gospel is they set forth the apostles' lives, and now this gospel is being spread, the understanding, and it's opening up. And that's why Esau and their kingdom is going down.
Bro, this gospel is making bros abroad, man, and that's why eventually Esau gonna have to make a move. You're gonna have to shut down the internet because the cat is already out of the bag. When the spirit is out, there's nothing you can do about it, man.
And this name is causing ripples. It's causing major ripples with the way that this society was ran, man. You know what I'm saying? Now you got the degradation of this society happening because we're bringing it back out this old song, man. All right? This old song is so powerful, man, that it moves mountains, man.
That's right, bro.
It breaks things down, man. Especially if you not down in righteousness, you know?
It's powerful, man. It's bringing the nation together.
Yeah.
And it's sealing the elect.
That's right. I have a Revelation chapter 2, verse 25. But that which ye have already will fast till I come, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
That's the perfect scripture to close out on. You know? Just hold fast to what we learned, what the elder apostles taught. You got a lot of guys that they get this information and they trample it. They receive pearls and they like pigs.
They become pigs.
Yeah. You know, go fast to what you learned. And this is the truth, brothers.
This is the truth, bro.
This is the truth. This is the truth. The things that we utter, we filter with the scriptures, and they've been given to us through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, right? Through the Holy Spirit, and we give to you freely. You know, we don't get paid for doing this ministry. You know, we stack our treasures in heaven. Our hopes and desires is that this wicked kingdom gets destroyed. I don't care about what you coons think.
That's right, bro.
We don't care about what you scoffers think, man. We don't care about what you guys have to say. If you don't believe it, just keep pushing. Go to a different channel. Go watch something different. You know,
go watch some music videos.
Yeah, go eat a Thai pot and wash it down with bleach. You know, we don't care about you people.
That's right.
We our word and message is to the elect, the nation of Israel, you so-called blacks, Native American, and Hispanic, and you confusing the faces that's scattered throughout abroad.
That's right.
You heathens, we don't expect you to get. We expect you to get and laugh. But you're gonna do one thing. You're gonna be a good heathen. You're gonna go to the Middle East and you're gonna fight. That's a fact.
Yep. We're gonna laugh now and then cry later.
Right.
And we're gonna have the biggest I told you so. You know, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem.
So with that, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakab, Kadash.
That belongs to the elder apostles. So definitely we will. Salutations to you, comrades. Tell you brothers just to keep pushing, bro. Keep pushing, and yeah, prophecies happening, and you seeing it start to manifest. You know, Lord's will, we get delivered out of here, man. We get found worthy. Shalom.
Shalom.